All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. All right, Lamelo Ball becomes the youngest player in the National Basketball Association to achieve a triple-double at 19 years old. Let's talk about that and also talk about a little bit about the Clippers trading for Terry Rozier. But yeah, Lamelo playing behind Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier and got a triple-double. He played one less minute than Devontae Graham, and Devontae Graham didn't do that well last night. Probably ain't done that well this season. I think Devontae Graham is probably in the best situation coming off the bench and kind of being the leading playmaker or leading scorer off the bench for a team. I think LaMelo provides more of a point guard feel, but then again, you got a lot of guys that kind of play the same position. You know, you can put him at the point forward, but then again, Terry Rozier is best with the ball in his hand. So the Hornets are at they're at a turning spot, man, for me personally. And what I mean they're at a turning spot, they got some players that they got to shuffle around a little bit. You got Gordon Hayward, which you could have played LaMelo at the 3 and had him be a point forward. But he right there. You got Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier in the backcourt. So I think their best bet is probably to get rid of Graham and Rozier. But for him to get a triple-double versus the Atlanta Hawks, I think that's good. Atlanta Hawks is a good team. They got a little bit of turmoil going on there. John Collins don't think Trey Young deserved to be running the offense and had the ball all the time. But you already know, they don't defend over there. That's the issue with the Hawks. They don't defend. Trey Young don't defend nobody. Collins don't defend nobody. Only guy over there to defend is probably Clint Capella. So that ain't really surprising because LaMelo is talented. A lot of people say, see, he a bum. Look at, he ain't did this, he ain't did that. Man, he ain't had no summer league. He ain't had no real off season. It's going to take some time, but for him to get a triple-double and the way he passing the ball right now, Charlotte got something special. And it's going to be hard for Charlotte to deny that kid. And it's going to be hard to take Devontae Graham away or to trade Terry Rozier. It's going to be very, very hard for that to happen simply because all of them potentially can play well, and Rozier's playing so well. But I think LaMelo is a special talent. And I told people he was really good. He's the best player in this draft that I thought, one of the best in the draft. And a lot of people just want to root against him because his father, his brothers, and Lonzo just ain't that good, okay? Lonzo ain't as good as him, He put up 20-some points, some 10-plus rebounds, 11, 10 assists, and he rebounded, and he's sure of himself. His shot is a little bit different, but then again, it worked for him. It ain't like Lonzo where he bring it from here, and Lonzo shorten that up, but LaMelo is a talented ball player. Handles, height, length, and handle the ball at, 6'9" he is now? That's really good, and Charlotte just got to make a decision, Do you trade Rozier and shuffle Devontae Graham to the bench so he could really be that spark off the bench? Vinnie Johnson, Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, he can be that. Or do you trade Terry Rozier and you trade Devontae Graham? Or do you think about trade LaMelo? Who knows? But that kid got it. All you got to do is stay focused, stay getting stronger, put some weight on. Just keep working on his game. I think Michael Jordan can show him some things. They're in a good position over there. Mitch Kupchak has done an amazing job, and I don't think they thought that LaMelo will fall to them. And at this point, the Warriors looking stupid. Wiseman is a good player, but I think you knew before the draft that Klay Thompson was also, why not pick LaMelo Ball? And then if Klay Thompson come back to form, you can, in all honesty, you can trade Draymond. You can have, Klay playing the 3 or LaMelo playing the point forward and Steph and Klay in the backcourt. I just think when they found that news out about Klay Thompson, they should have took Melo, to be honest. But they took the center. I ain't mad at it. They needed it. But he should have been there. And I think he'd have been perfect for what they do. Even with Draymond being there this season, with him facilitating the 1 and Steph kind of moving to the 2 for temporary. But Steph is a 2. The way he come off screens remind you of Reggie Miller, even a little bit better. The way he moved out the ball, give Rip Hamilton and Reggie Miller vibe. So, with LaMelo setting him up, people say, he can't shoot. How many people come into the league polished shooters. Michael didn't come as a polished shooter. Kobe didn't either. LeBron didn't either. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Reggie Miller came in shooting. Klay Thompson came in shooting. But it ain't too many guys that came in the league ready and willing to score and shoot the way he is. So just because you can't shoot, that's something you can work on. Jason Kidd was Acing Kid. A lot of you niggas don't know that. Coming out the Bay Area, they called him Acing Kid because he didn't have no jumper. So they didn't say the J in his name. So that happens. Jumper is something you can develop if you work real, real hard at it. And I think Lamelo, repetition and a little bit of technique, he can obtain a nice jumper. But when you talk about just him in the future, you know, Charlotte got to put people around him. Though he gonna make guys better just with his playmaking. But you got to think about it. Gordon Hayward is nice, but you can't depend on handle with care his fragile package. They really at ground zero. And they got to bring something back in the draft and the trades to help him out a lot. They got to find him a guy like Andre Drummond to play the 5. Clint Capella that can catch and defend. They got to find him that. They got to find him shooters. They got to find him ball players. They got to find him guys that can create, one guy that can create their own shot. You know, the Harden's a long way away. They winning games and they talented right now, but the problem is they got talent at the wrong spot. If Terry Rozier was a 3 or a 4 or 5, and with that, just with talent, not saying with the same game, and Devontae Graham was a different type of player, they'd be all right. But they got a log jam of talent at that same position, that 1-2 combo area. You got Gordon Hayward, you do got Miles Bridges, you got PJ Washington. You just got talent at the same type of. So it's probably good for them to kind of make some trades and trying to find some talent. But they're a good ball team. They're a team that's gonna be fun to watch, get up and down the floor. Got athletes, Bridges, Washington, but it's just a team that, they got to find talent to go around Lamelo. Not, at the same position, but he's a good ball player. Can't nobody deny that. Can't nobody take that from him no more. But I was talking about the Clippers trading for Terry Rozier. And Lou Williams making around $15 million. Rozier working around almost $19 million right now. So I was thinking, like, they compare him with some other player and bring him over. They might want to get Devontae Graham over there, too. Because Lou Williams ain't playing well since Kawhi and Paul George got there, man. So I think it's good for them to get Lou Williams out of there and to bring Terry Rozier in. Rozier going to start right away. You bring Patrick Beverly off the bench. And if somehow you could swing Graham over there with him, maybe Graham could start. To be honest, you could trade Luke Kennard over there. Michael Jordan, them white basketball players. You could trade Luke Kennard, bring Graham there. I think you're better off. I think both teams are better off, And also, the Clippers ain't got no picks to give. But yeah, I just think it's time to open it up for LaMelo. Or wait until the March trade deadline and open it up a little bit for him. But Rozier would be a good spot for the Clippers. He a guy that's tough. He defensive minded. He kind of give Patrick Beverly with a jump shot and some offense. I think that'd be good for them. And he kind of played the point guard position a little bit. So I think for the Clippers, they should pursue that trade. But I think the Charlotte Hornets can get more for Terry Rozier as far as compensation for draft picks and stuff of that nature. But it'll be a rush because a lot of people probably going to try to target Derrick Rose for real. But Derrick Rose, he's scared to stay away from Chicago. So, talking about Derrick Rose, that's another guy that guy's going to be coveted. But the Clippers need help at the point guard position. Maybe if they can't come to a deal with with the Lakers, with Dennis Schroeder, maybe the Lakers make a play for Terry Rozier. It's a lot of teams that can use a Terry Rozier. Don't be surprised if Philadelphia don't be looking for more of a shooting type of guard. That's a veteran presence, man. Maybe the Orlando Magic maybe want to flip something, but since Markelle went down. But with Terry Rozier, I think that's perfect for the Clippers. Perfect for the Clippers. Guy that's tough, facilitate, can score, can defend, defensive minded. But the Clippers got to get over not be closing basketball games out and getting laxed. And also they might want to think about trading Paul George, man. To be honest, Paul George is just a bad omen. Just bad luck. But bringing Terry Rozier, maybe you could swing Paul George over there. Shit. I don't know who would you get back. Would you trust Gordon Hayward or would it have to be a 3-team trade? But yeah, Paul George is just, he ain't it. Steph Curry hit that shot right over him. And Paul George, like, guys that hit game winners over Paul George, the video like 10 minutes long, 12 minutes long. That's crazy. But yeah, I think they should pursue it. Maybe pursue Devontae Graham if they're really get away from him. But if I'm in Charlotte, I move Graham to the bench, trade Rozier, start Lamelo at point guard, and let Graham be able to create his own offense because he's good at that. But if the Clippers can get both of them, that can help them out. And the Lakers may not be able to sign a shooter, so Then maybe they can swing Shooter somewhere in a 3-team team to get Rozier. But hey, let me know what you guys think about Lamelo. All the haters out there. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, your video request. All my social media links, description. Faster reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. All those links there. We also got a Facebook group. Don't forget to check out the NBA Talk playlist. Want to make a donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description as well. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think about LaMelo Ball, triple double, Terry Rozier possibly to the Clippers. One time.